Okay, so let me ask y'all this question. Have you been noticing that a lot of the citizens have been relocating to other countries, like South Africa, like Thailand, Dubai, and everything else? And have you noticed in conversation they're talking about how cheap the rent is, how much better the food is, how much cheaper it is, and what's included with the apartments and Wi-Fi, and they get cleaning service and all this stuff. And then you look at this country, right, which is supposed to be the richest country, which is supposed to be the country of land and opportunity, right? But ain't no land and opportunity. Rent is high as hell. Groceries are high as hell. Gas is high as hell. And everybody is stressed and frustrated. So, in a sense, is this a great country or not? And then if you see that some countries like Canada, they don't have to pay for health insurance, but we do, plus copays. And insurance companies are getting over. You don't use that insurance, they don't give you no discount and say, here's some of your money back because you didn't put no claim in or you didn't use the insurance policy. So you got to wonder, people who win the lottery, a large chunk goes to the state and some go to the city. It's supposed to be for the schools and libraries. Listen, people, wake up. You got tolls. Where is all this money going to? But we supposed to be the best place to live, and I can't tell. So then the question becomes, who's stealing? Where is the money going that makes us be so broke and so much in debt? When companies make movies in various cities, they pay a fee to make those movies. Where's the money going? Are our elected officials doing what they say they was going to do? Are they representing the people like they say they can represent the people? Are they really? Your president is got bonds and he's making billionaires, trillionaires, and the middle class and the poor, he's burying them up under debt. About time he get his raggedy behind out of office, we're going to be in $1 trillion worth of debt. And some of us are clearly okay with that. We say, oh, well, it's just going to be what it's going to be. You know, they're going to do what they're going to do. When do you feel it's important enough for you to push back and say, enough is enough? You can't afford to send your kids to college. You can't afford to buy a house. Everybody else come here, get all perks and privileges. We have to fill out 50,000 pieces of paperwork, have our checking accounts, our savings account check. You can't spend no money. You can't do this and do that. That should be level across all playing fields. Because you come here, no perks, no privileges, no benefits, nothing. Where's the benefits for those who are homeless? Where's the benefit for those who fought for their country? Y'all, listen. Something has to give and something has to change. Phone calls and emails need to be sent because this is ridiculous. 300,000 black women are unemployed. The targeted audience for unemployment is people of color, black and brown. Why is that? Why is that? We are the ones who've provided for this country more than any ethnic race in this country. And yet we get the short end of the stick every time. No respect, never seen, never recognized, never honored, never treated fairly. And y'all don't think nothing is wrong with this picture? I'm trying to understand why we don't see something's wrong with this picture. Your family household, my household is already being affected. I've been out of work since April this year, and I can't seem to find employment anywhere. There's nothing wrong with me. But this is where we become. This is where we're at. We got people that's walk around with masks on their face, snatching children out of parents' arms. But you would not want that treatment done to your wife or your child or your grandparents. None of that. And nobody never stopped to think The same thing you do to somebody else, you definitely would not want done to you. But we need to start asking the question, where is the money going? Y'all throw R. Kelly up under the jail. You got P. Diddy locked up. But you got a president who is 3, 4, 5, 6 times as bad. And you want to pat him on the back. Our way of thinking is so twisted. Our way of seeing things is so twisted. We believe what we hear and never check and verify too much of anything. And that's wrong, period. It's so wrong. And that's something that you really need to take a look at. And ask your elected officials, whether they're an alderman, whether they're a state representative, a board president, over chief of the police, chief over the schools, whatever, senator, congressman, your VP, or where is the money going? Because clearly it's not resting in your communities. It's not resting in your schools. It ain't resting in no organizations. I'm not talking about the organizations who get the same funding over and over again. Where's the lottery money going? Where's the toll money going? Where's the parking meter money going? These are the questions you really need to be asking. Why they taking from you at every turn? Think about it.